Tyrannosaurus, Triceratops, Stegosaurus, Ankylosaurus. These dinosaurs are so iconic that we use their names to describe particularly nasty people. But despite their fame, there's one thing we know very little about: how they got that big. Saying hi to all my fellow reptoids out there. It's me, and this is my channel. And today we are going to talk about what these four famous dinosaurs were doing between 230 and 200 million years ago. That is because the fossil record shows us that these dino legends were not the first kings of the dinosaurs. Instead, they inherited a kingdom that already had a ruler. In fact, the dinosaurs didn't even rule for all that long. They only held the title of king of the critters on this planet for a mere 165 million years before an asteroid ended their reign. So who were the rulers before them? Well, it depends on exactly when you start counting. See, by the time the first dinosaurs evolved around 230 million years ago, the world was already crawling with archosaurs. This group includes today's crocodiles and alligators, as well as dinosaurs and their close relatives like birds. And while these animals weren't technically dinosaurs, they were more closely related to dinos than to, say, a mammal or a bird. But within this diverse group, there was already a hierarchy. At the top sat the phytosaurs, which means crocodile. These fearsome carnivores were basically the epeuc predators of the Triassic period. One of the largest of these was Smilodon, which could reach lengths of over 6 meters and had huge, powerful jaws full of sharp teeth. Other phytosaurs were smaller, but together they dominate the land for over 30 million years. In fact, they ruled for longer than all the dinosaurs combined. So if the dinosaurs were technically just another archosaur, why do we remember the dinos and not the phytosaurs? Well, there's one key difference between these two groups. Unlike the phytosaurs, most of which went extinct during the Triassic-Jurassic mass extinction event, some archosaurs did survive. Not only that, but they went on to dominate the next period, the Jurassic. That would be the dinosaurs. Now, there were plenty of other contenders for the throne during the Jurassic. For example, there were the Rauisuchians, which started off small but eventually evolved into gigantic monsters like the 12-meter-long Pastosuchus. But in the end, it was the theropods that took the crown. And the theropods were, you guessed it, dinosaurs. The first true dinosaurs appeared in the fossil record at the beginning of the Jurassic, and it wasn't long before they took over. By the late Jurassic, the biggest land predator on the planet was the mighty T-Rex, a true king of the dinosaurs. But even the T-Rex had competition. The same is true for the herbivorous ceratopsians and the armored Ankylosauria. The ceratopsians include the famous Triceratops, whose name literally means three-horned face. But they also include lesser-known dinosaurs like the bizarre Chasmosaurus, which sported a frill-like structure behind its head that had two long curved horns extending upwards. Then there are the Ankylosaurs, which included the six-legged Boreopelta Mark McShelley, aka the most extreme dinosaur alive today. Yes, that's right. Not all dinosaurs died. Some of them evolved into us. Just kidding. This joke has gotten old. Anyway, the point is that by the Cretaceous, these two groups were more famous and popular than the dinosaurs, at least among the general public. But they had been ruling for far less time. That's because the rise of the dinosaurs was short-lived. A mere 66 million years after their glorious victory in the Jurassic, an asteroid slammed into Earth and wiped them and many other species off the planet. It may seem like the dinosaurs had it good for a while there, but really they were just lucky to be in the right place at the right time. After all, the reason we know so little about them is that they evolved right before the largest mass extinction in Earth's history. Had they appeared a few million years later or earlier, they might have ended up like the phytosaurs or the Rauisuchians, ruling for a short time and then disappearing forever. So the next time someone calls you a T-Rex, take it as a compliment. You're basically being compared to the king of the dinosaurs. And hey, who doesn't want to be called a king?